I'm going to show you how to trim a horse's hoof with the rasp on our 3-year-old filly Flora. She does not wear horse shoes and we need to check her hoofs regularly because most young horses tend to wear their hoofs unevenly. Before I begin to work on the hoof, I need to clean it from any soil, gravel or muck. So we can see that she's walked a bit unevenly. So this is the outer layer of hoof that needs to be adjusted. That's quite soft in here. This one is the softest part. So what we concentrate on is this here. And you can see it's a bit thicker here, and she walked more on that side. It helps to take something like the rasp. The centerline of the hoof goes through the frog, which is the triangular shaped soft bit down the middle. Good way to mark the centerline. You look at it, because you won't see where it is from looking down on it. It's just to file a little notch in it here. There you can see the notch looking down onto the hoof. Our homemade tripod is very useful for resting the hoof on while I work with the rasp. Flora is very cooperative and quite happily stretches her leg forward. Trimming the hoof to a more symmetrical shape is important, as an uneven hoof affects the horse's movement and can damage their joints. We find that by trimming the hoofs with the rasp regularly, we can manage any uneven growth quite well. But the hoof has many parts to it. Some are soft and can get damaged if the trimming isn't done right. So we've done quite a bit of research and we need to be careful. Don't make it easier, Flora, by resting your head.
Come on, Floyd, it's not fair.
We ask our farrier as the expert to check the hoofs regularly. Quite difficult because the hoof isn't very symmetrical. So we've taken quite a lot off here. So we take off a bit here, along there. Not all young horses are as easygoing as Flora. She's a pleasure to work with. You can see we've rasped off a little bit, made it a bit more symmetrical. But Flora doesn't wear metal shoes, so when she goes on the road she wears off quite a lot from her hoof. So we can't take off anymore right now with the rasp. What we'll do is we wait a month and then she'll have more growth, and then we work a bit more on getting it more symmetrical. The front hoofs are done for now. After saving our filming equipment successfully from our hungry horses, we continue with the back hoofs. So, and you see there's quite a lot of growth here, so if you had the right tools and knew exactly what you were doing, you could nip that off with a pair of hoof pliers. And with the hoof pliers you have to be quite confident that you know what you're doing, because you can cut into the soft bit very easily if you get it wrong, and that would hurt the hoof a lot and could cause infection in the hoof. An alternative to barefoot hoof care, where the hoof gets worn down ongoingly but sometimes unevenly and needs to be trimmed regularly to maintain a symmetrical shape, is to put metal shoes on, which protect the hoof from wear and tear. But then the hoof would keep on growing underneath the shoe, so every 6 to 8 weeks the shoe would need to be taken off and the hoof would need a thorough trim. Ooh, Flora. Right, you had enough anyway. All 4 hoofs done. Time for test run.